You are entering the Urban Suite with Dr. Lisa Lacan. Let's talk about urban issues plaguing our community.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear.
Let's talk about mental health.
Oh, hello, my urbanites. Welcome into the Urban Suite with me, Dr. Lisa Lacan. Welcome. Listen, I was just thinking about the intro and talking about where it says, let's talk about issues plaguing the urban community. Guess what? We're not going to be talking about issues plaguing the urban community tonight. Because you know what? It is the end of the year and we are wrapping up 2023. We're getting ready to head into a new year. And prior to heading into a new year, I want you all to think of one word that I guess will sum up the year 2023 for you. But tonight, we're just going to freestyle. We're going to have fun. We're going to look into the humorous mind of me, Dr. Lisa Lacan, with our sneak peeks. They're only about maybe 3 minutes tops. And basically, the sneak peeks were done for a strategic purpose. And I'll tell you after these messages. So please come on in. I need you to share. I need you to like. And if you want to see all of the sneak peeks, you can go to the Urban Tunes for Change network channel on YouTube. So we will be right back. Stay with us. So we are back. Hello in the Urban Suite with me, Dr. Lisa Lacan. So listen, I want to thank you all, my subscribers of YouTube, because we have 15,300 subscribers.
Where's the bell?
I don't have a bell down here. I don't have a bell because I am in the 757. Do you all know what the 757 is?
No.
It's the area code of the Hampton Roads area.
Oh, so near Hampton.
I am near Hampton, yes. Okay. I am in Virginia. So whenever you see this Pepto-Bismol backdrop, whenever you see this Pepto-Bismol backdrop, that means I am in the 757. So tonight we're going to look at a couple of sneak peeks. We're going to have fun. We're going to laugh because I did the sneak peeks on purpose. And you know why?
Why?
Because I was just looking at something today on TikTok. Yes, I know.
TikTok.
I know. I go down the TikTok tunnel. And this gentleman, he confirmed something that I always thought, but I never really researched, of course. So he said that there are two types of people that tune in to YouTube. Two types of audiences. Do you all know what that is? The two types of audiences?
Two types of audiences that tune into particular kinds of videos on YouTube.
And content.
What could that be?
Number one, entertainment.
That's number one.
That is number one, entertainment. Okay. And number two, education. So you have the entertainment folks and then you have the educational folks. So what he was saying was the entertainment folks, they, for the most part, get more views than just the educational folks. So if I do strictly mental health, without adding some entertainment in there, I think my subscribers would be lower because unfortunately we're in a day and age where people don't really want to intentionally do better, intentionally remove distractions from their lives. So that's why I added the sneak peeks, because the sneak peeks is only 3 minutes, 3 minutes, and then we cut them down shorter because guess what? I saw that as time goes on, people's attention span is shorter and shorter and shorter. So 3 minutes is a bit too long for folks. Isn't that something?
I mean, unless you're doing just funny stuff or something, unless it's just all buffoonery.
Well, and I can't do that. And I cannot do
the
that
whole time. You know.
So the sneak peeks, I have some of my favorite sneak peeks. Again, if you want to check out my sneak peeks, if you want to see them, go to Urban Twos for Change Network on YouTube, and it's on the home page. You can see all of these sneak peeks, and it is really humorous. And what I do is I try to add a little humor to those educational pieces by giving you snippets so that you won't be overwhelmed, because I know sometimes, like when you go to a restaurant and you eat too much, you get too full, and then you end up wanting to throw it up. I don't want you to do that with me. So I have no idea what we're going to show tonight with sneak peeks. What's happening, Mr. Producer?
Well, let's show them the homepage, just in case they're not familiar with what the homepage of the YouTube looks like. There it is, right there.
There it is. Yeah.
Just go right there, hit videos.
That's
right.
right.
Yeah, you can see it. 15,300
subscribers. Where's my bell? Ding, 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 ding. Yes, ring the bell, ring the bell, ring the bell. And I want to thank you all, my urbanites, so very much, because I'm telling you, it is very challenging competing with the gossipers. It's very challenging competing with the entertainment bloggers, because most people traditionally, they run to those sites. So you have, the Tasha K's, you have a lot of people that just do, pop culture stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that, because I look at pop culture because sometimes I just want to get away, a way of escape. But I also know that, I don't have a PhD just to give you pop culture. I would be doing myself a disservice. I would be doing you all a disservice. I would be doing humanity a disservice. So that's why I do the sneak peeks and also the shorts. So if you go to my homepage, you will also see the shorts that I have, and the technology for the shorts is incredible. Talk about the technology for those shorts.
Yeah. Now there's so much new technology out here because of AI over just like the last 6 months. So it enables us to chop down shows in much easier ways and get a lot more material out of it. Let's just to give you an example. Some of the shorts, they look sort of
I don't hold it back. I just can't hold my tears back, because I think when I hold my tears back, I think that's stressful. And then that's another way of me getting extra wrinkles on my face. I don't want no extra wrinkles. So if I have to cry, I'm going to cry. I am a big crybaby. That's what you have to know about Dr. Lisa. Dr. Lisa will cry, especially when it comes to talking about my family, my loved ones, talking about God. I'm just a baby.
I think it was a very powerful moment. And I think it was, and you brought a tear to my eye as well.
Right.
I think that's very powerful sentiment. So I think it's that.
I'm getting ready to cry again. And then you're like, oh no, don't cry again. Don't you do it. Don't you dare. Don't you do it. All right, so let's see. What sneak peek do you have for us?
All right. Let's speaking of a 3-minute one, I don't know exactly what the context of this one, but this is like 3 minutes. So let's just see what this is real quick.
All right. And what are hallucinations?
Please tell me I'm not hallucinating right now.
Senses are being activated.
Nothing stimulates the mind and heart like live theater.
It's a perception of having seen.
I'm having full open eye hallucinations.
Heard.
Did you hear that?
Being touched.
Damn, that felt good.
Tasted.
Delicious.
Or smell. But it's not really there.
Something smells fishy.
That would be your breath, Robin.
It's all in your mind.
Have you lost your mind?
Your brain is processing all of this information to be real, whereas in actuality, it does not exist.
Don't always believe what you see.
It may look like you may see a person, but that person's not there. That's visual.
If you start hallucinating, good for you.
And then the next one is hearing, and that's the auditory. What's it?
They're out to get you. Someone's out to get you. They're coming for you. Someone's outside the door. Can you
Yes. Right. That's an auditory hallucination when you actually hear things that don't exist.
Wait, did you hear that? What was that?
And then the next one is olfactory, which is your nose. Smelling.
Do you guys smell that?
And if you smell me again, I'll punch you in the throat.
Now, the touching is the tactile or the formication. Now, the tactile, where you really believe someone is touching you. Now, you get into the realm of sometimes this can become sexual in nature because you really feel that you're being touched in a sexual way.
It's a really good feeling, man.
Like when you go to a certain place, I don't know, if you smell a certain smell, you're going to get memories of something. So then now they smell the smell. So then they feel somebody touching them because they remember. I'm just stretching, but I'm just.
Yes, you are.
I see your face.
Our society is a matrix. It's all an illusion.
Tasting hallucination. The proper word is gustatory hallucination. Well, the hallucination comes in when I believe it tastes good.
But not bad.
And those are hallucinations.
What is your illusion of bliss?
See, in 3 minutes, within 3 minutes, my urbanites, you understand what hallucinations are.
Right.
Within 3 minutes.
Instead of having to watch the whole thing.
Instead of watching the entire thing, you have a snapshot of what an hallucination is in 3 minutes. So that's why I do it. It's sort of like what is the KRS One? Edutainment?
Yes, edutainment. Exactly.
Edutainment is
yes,
edutainment.
you have to entertain while you educate.
That is correct.
That was what conscious
so
hip hop was all about.
That is true. But you know what? It's so interesting because when I had my family daycare and my children were in the daycare, I always did learning activities through fun. Yeah. So while they were learning, they had fun at the same time. So that's why I do these sneak peeks. So what's another sneak peek?
Well, even before we get into the next sneak peek, I just want to say, I was mentioning, you were talking about pop culture and and streams and all that stuff and entertainment. Well, your girl Nicki Minaj dropped her album, I think, last week or something like that. And she got on one of the most popular little streamers on here, which is this young black kid named Kai Cenat, who's also from Trinidad, but he just does goofy stuff. And she came on his little stream. She was 3 hours late, so it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and he had 300,000 people in the chat.
Oh, I'm sure.
And all she did was they were just on there dancing and goofing around. They didn't talk about anything. They were just dancing and goofing around. That's it.
Yeah, that's the world in which we live. Especially, unfortunately, I'm going to say this. Unfortunately,
it's everybody.
Well, it may be everyone, but it's more of a disservice for our community because we're already behind, and there's a huge educational gap. There's a huge wealth gap. We don't have time to do that.
But I tell you what, I guarantee you, probably the majority of those people were not black people watching that stream. Like, well, his fans are mostly all white kids. His fans are mostly all white.
I don't know. I don't know, but I'm just telling you, as a community, even though everyone does it, I don't care. My thing is we're so far behind that we don't have time. You know, it's so interesting because, you know, I'm a jogger, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I just jog up the hill, and it's a really rigorous terrain going up that hill. So I realized that a couple of times, in order for me to catch someone that's far up away from me,
Mm-hmm.
they either have to stop running so I can continue to run and catch up with them.
Yeah.
Or I run faster
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
to catch up with them.
Right.
Or they stop and come and meet me where I am.
Mm-hmm.
And that is how you close gaps, whether it's the educational gap, the wealth gap, the health disparity gap.
Yeah.
So just think about that.
But you got to remember too, though, like he's getting paid very well to do that stuff. Like, so,
well,
like
that's the
he's
thing.
getting rewarded for that.
Exactly. And that's the thing, because you have the monetary incentive to do that. You're making money. I mean, you enjoy it. You're making money. You don't need a college education.
No,
for it.
not at all.
No, you don't need to be in debt for it.
He ain't got no PhD or none of that
right,
stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's getting really, really paid off of
right.
YouTube,
He's
just
getting
clowning around.
really paid. Now, for me, I get mentally bored when I'm not stimulated, and I couldn't do that. So, say for instance, Lord willing, we have a platform and we have, you know, some more prominent people on the show. It may not be overly serious, but it's going to be intriguing, and I want people to come away with something.
Right,
and not a new dance move, or not a hot topic of gossip.
Yeah. Well, let's see what we have, though. Let's see.
Let's bring Dr. Richard Mason out from behind the curtain. Hello there, doctor. Welcome.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so very much for being here in the Urban Suite.
I am excited to be here. So
good.
And I love the energy, the bell, I tell you.
Dr. Richard Mason, you are a licensed professional counselor. Mm-hmm. You are the chair of the mental health department at Hampton University, as well as you are a board member of the Board of Education. What is the correct terminology with the Board of Ed?
Yeah, it's the Hampton City School Board, and I'm actually chairman of the board.
Oh, you're chair. All right now. That's what I'm talking about.
We teach our students how to advocate for themselves, how to work hard, and how to build that resilience. And we're not allowing them to do that at this particular age. Unfortunately, we want to love our children. And I would say Generation X, we are the parents that want to love our children and make things better for them. And in doing so, we are handicapping our children. To be we were put in situations where I thought I was making decisions. You know, I can make decisions on my own. But as I got older, I realized that my parents hadn't given us choices A, B, or C, and they knew the direction in which we could go into within those parameters. And so we're not doing that anymore. We are giving our children the answers. You know, we're working through these things with our children versus allowing our kids to suffer the consequences. That's a hard pill to swallow. But you know, I always tell people, if you don't want to know my truth, don't ask the question of me. And so that's just what I see from one aspect and one angle.
Yeah. All right, so That sneak peek was talking about youth fragility, which is a very serious topic.
Yes.
With Dr. Richard Mason of Hampton University. I have my Hampton shirt on tonight. Yay, Hampton. Right. Go Pirates. And basically, we were talking about youth fragility and the suicidal ideation rate amongst the youth is increasing. But again, I'm not going to talk about anything really serious tonight. I have to say that last clip of the woman falling, I'm glad that she did not hurt herself, but I would have reached for my wig first.
Right. I'm about to say she lost her wig. Her whole wig came off.
Whole wig. I would have reached for my wig. It may have been crooked, but I would have reached for my wig.
The phone rang, so she was trying to pick it up. She was doing too much.
She was doing too much, had too much stuff in her hand. It looked like it was just, I don't know, was that icy conditions? I don't know. She was distracted and her wig then fell off. She didn't have her wig tied down. Her wig then fell off. It was just crazy.
Tied down.
All right, so what else you have?
Well, obviously one of the biggest. All right, well, I'm going to ask you this. What do you think the biggest change that came this year that we saw this year? I think we mentioned it earlier, but
the biggest change,
yes.
Inflation.
No. We talked about it earlier.
We talked about it earlier. What did we talk about?
AI.
Oh, artificial intelligence. Yes. Artificial intelligence. I feel like the Urban Suite, we were kind of ahead of the curve in talking about it and how it's going to affect the African-American community.
Yeah, because our first show was actually November of last year.
Right.
When we first talked about AI was November of last year, I think, actually.
Really?
Like this time, we talked about it for the first time this time last year.
Wow.
But here's one of our AI sneak peeks.
Okay. Tonight, we are talking about AI, artificial intelligence. The key word is artificial intelligence. So what is something that's artificial? But it's not the real McCoy.
Well, it seems like they're being fake.
It's artificial.
Well, you can swim in an artificial lake and still get wet, okay?
And I'm not really certain why I wanted to do this, but I saw a couple of things within the last month or so that really alarmed me about AI. I thought AI was very good. I saw things and I heard things and it was like, Or will it enslave us? I don't know. Because there are some very good aspects, but then there are some bad ones, and then there are some very ugly ones. And like I said, I'm not a computer scientist person at all. Not at all.
You got a computer there.
I'm not. I didn't even know what computer scientists did.
All right, let us see here. Keystrokes, escape key, both colon and semicolon, backslash, ampersand.
But now I understand. And I mean, we have RoboCop, the movie. I mean,
but things went bad in that movie, though.
I know, but hey.
Come quietly or there will be trouble.
That robot served our food, had the condiments, the drinks, and all our food, brought it to the table, and had the cutlery and everything. We just picked it up and put it there. So, that robot needs to be reprogrammed.
Right.
Alexa is artificial intelligence, and she's helped people, but Black women have helped more people.
All right, so artificial intelligence. I think the Time Person of the Year will probably be Chat GPT.
Ooh, you know what? You might be right about that because That's serious.
Yes.
You use ChatGPT too, right? Like
I do. I use it. I really do. I have to say it cuts down my time. I ask it specific questions and it feeds back. Some of the stuff is a little, but for the most part, say for instance, if I'm struggling with a concept or a sentence structure, or I want it to be a little more polished, yeah, definitely.
And you even had, you have a I don't want to say relationship, but you have your GTP has a name and stuff too, right?
Yes, Avery. I named it Avery. I said, "Good morning, Avery." Type, "Good morning, Avery." "Good morning, Lisa. How may I help you today?"
Hey, now, did you, like 5 years ago, did you see yourself talking to the computer like you do? Like you really have a conversation with it. You have to talk like when you type in, you as if it's a person.
Well, it's so interesting because the technology in our car. Mm-hmm. So say for instance, like MapQuest, that was Uber and stuff. So then we got away with that. Then we have Google Maps. Yeah. So with Google Maps, you talk to Google Maps, and then Waze, you talk to Waze, and then with Waze, you can do different accents. You can do Cookie Monster voice. You can do the British Butler. You can do celebrity voices, and you're talking to them.
So we've been kind of getting weaned into it in a way.
We've been conditioned slowly but surely, and that's how society works. Okay, I'm not going to get into the whole psychological aspect of it because I'm about to go there. But anyway, we have been conditioned to accept these things, and it's sort of like moving away from the 8-track tape to streaming.
Well, that's a big transition.
But look how long it took.
Yeah.
It took a long time because remember when I know for me, when I first heard CDs, I thought it was the clearest thing I had ever heard.
Yeah. And it was like you could just skip ahead. You didn't have to run through the whole fast forward, rewind.
Right, hit the thing, rewind, fast forward. Wait a minute, where did it stop? 2 minutes, I got shit. No, you just
go back.
Right, you can just jump to track 1, track 2, track 3, boom, 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 boom.
We thought that was the best technology ever, right?
The best technology ever. So that was artificial intelligence, AI, in the Black community, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I did 3 aspects of it, the good, the bad, and ugly, because I wanted to talk about the good aspects of it, the bad qualities, as well as the ugly qualities that I see coming down the line, especially, in the Black community. So yeah, that was a good one.
Now, actually this year we did have a couple of weird little instances that were similar and it involved Black women. And I'll remind you with this little sneak peek right here.
Okay.
Everything that you see or hear or whatever in social media may not be based on the truth. Allegedly.
Okay, where did you hear about that? And don't say the internet.
Where's my bell? Where is my bell? Just because it is out there in the social media world does not mean it is true.
I bought a friend off the internet.
Let that sink in.
We need to rely on trusted news sources.
So she found her niche of slapping white men, and she goes around slapping them, allegedly.
Good.
Or she could be pretending to pull the heartstrings of people so that they can fund her life, in a sense, through GoFundMe.
Oh, is it hot in here?
Allegedly, there are so many scammers out there.
Me scammed? That's impossible.
And they know exactly how to pull your heartstrings to get you to divert from feeding your family to feeding theirs through false means.
You got scammed.
When people use absolutes like all men or know this or never or always. Now you're treading on dangerous territory.
The truth is, real friendship can't be purchased off the internet.
Allegedly.
That one is called Wham Bam, I've Been Scammed.
Yeah.
I remember that one. Yeah, that was interesting. But I have to say, my funniest sneak peek of the year, a couple of them, and all of them are with my husband. Oh my gosh.
I got those here.
Oh my gosh. When I tell people my husband is going to be a guest on the show, they're like, oh, Lisa, you better brace yourself. I know, because sometimes he has no filter and I have to keep reminding him this is a professional network.
Yeah. So
there's certain things that I just don't like to say, but I have to admit, him on the show, he allows us to have the funniest sneak peeks. Oh my gosh. That Doberman Love.
Leah, maybe we should give him a sample real quick.
Yes. Doberman Love sneak peek coming up. So how would you differentiate between love and lust?
I encountered two very old, maybe 80 years old, Caucasian women. I guess I sat on something. I had a tag on my butt. They were standing behind me, and it almost looks like you have a price tag that you're for sale.
Oh my God.
Do you mind if I take it off? And I said, oh, thank you so much. But she said, but guess what? She said, but if you are for sale, I'm buying.
You should have took one for the team.
Thanks for the offer, though.
I wouldn't sell him for $1 million.
I mean, that stuff's been happening since I was a kid. I mean, I used to live in an apartment building, and the lady on the first floor used to have sex with her Doberman Pinscher.
All right, okay.
So listen.
Oh Lord! I gotta say something.
I'll tell you the truth. I mean, we were kids. We all knew when the dog. We all knew what the dog was doing.
While the dog made noise.
Oh yeah. The
dog.
No! We got to stop.
Believe said my Dobie was safe.
Woo!
Oh God! Oh no!
Holy shit.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh, Raquel says, give Sean his love. Oh, yes. Thank you, Raquel Aiken. I see your comment. Yes.
Oh, Lord.
And that thing is I'm cracking up laughing now.
Yeah,
oh my gosh, because funny. Let me tell you, when I have him on the show, my husband, he comes across as he can be very serious. He can be very, very, very serious. Have you ever met someone that a lot of people, it's sort of like they're very serious, but then sometimes behind closed doors, they're like clowns in a sense.
And it's nighttime too. So like all the serious stuff is the daytime. Like,
right. Maybe that's what it is. He has the cloak.
Yeah. So it's 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. He's like, yes, it's the evening time. I'm relaxing.
Yes. Because I kid you not, there's a lot of instances that he makes me laugh so hard I have to run to the bathroom.
Oh no. But you know what? Just speaking of the sneak peeks again though, and the TikTok and all that stuff, there was a sneak peek that did really well recently on the TikTok.
Oh yeah! Oh my gosh! On TikTok, my
one.
sneak peek, 100,000 views. Oh, I wish I had my bell.
See, you gotta get another bell. And I seen bells at the Dollar Tree too. So we got But this is the sneak peek that people loved on TikTok.
Yes. Last Friday, last week, working on stuff for my urbanites. My husband, he doesn't quite run, but he saunters in the room. And he looks a little dazed and confused. And he says, someone just stole our car. And I said, what you talking about?
What you talking about, Willis?
He said, someone just stole our car. It was sort of like, I couldn't believe it, which is a form of sort of like, what? I didn't know what he was saying. Like, what? The car? And he didn't believe it either, because you see that? Dr. Lisa is speaking a very shallow truth here. I want to have a good night's sleep, and I don't want extra wrinkles on my face. I refuse for those criminals that took my car to have me have extra wrinkles while they're joyriding in my car. Like, does that make sense? I can't allow two thieves to hijack my peace. I can't allow it.
Just stop. Just stop the car.
Man, oh man, oh man. That one was so 100,000 on TikTok. Yes, thank you, Leslie. Yes, magnificent. Shout out to Leslie. Shout out to Raquel. Shout out to Sean. Shout out to all my urbanites. But yes, so that one was about peace. And they took our car from our driveway. And the thing, let me tell you about this, Curtis. Mm-hmm. We had just gotten back from Virginia. Just gotten back. I think maybe the day before, whatever. I said, oh, see, you know what? I'm done with Jersey. I am done. What? Oh my gosh. She said her car was stolen too, Felicia.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Garden State for you.
Well,
good evening, Felicia. Good evening.
Well,
I hope they returned it, and you know.
Well, I mean, this is a very densely populated state. And honestly, like, people around here all have, like, if you in Jersey and then you drive to other states, don't you notice that there's a lot of new cars in New Jersey? Like, a lot of people drive around with newer cars and stuff like that. Like, whereas, like, when you go to certain other parts of the station, they, like, it'd be older cars and stuff.
What? She says, Felicia, they tried to take her second car and she cold busted them. What? Did she have Samson the Doberman on them?
No, I don't think Samson was there at that time.
Oh, dang. That's something. But you know what it is, I think? One of the scariest things that happened, I'm sure that is scary.
Yeah.
But, I have to say, this is based on what I have been informed about New Jersey. Wow. New Jersey is a port state.
Oh, with the ports and stuff.
Yes.
And they could put it right on the car. Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Port state.
Mm-hmm.
They drive from wherever right to the port. The port is near us in Essex County. It's right there.
Yeah.
It's right there. It was the Lord. He sent me out there just in time. Isn't that something? And thank God you did not get hurt, because some of these people, you just never know.
Yeah, and you know what they do now too? Not necessarily in New Jersey. I don't know where this is happening, but I've seen it on like the TikTok. I'm not TikTok, but YouTube shorts and stuff. Mm-hmm. They steal people's catalytic converter off their car. Like, they'll come in your driveway and start working on your car, taking the catalytic converter off it, and then leave out the driveway. Because
I have no idea what a catalytic converter is.
A catalytic converter has platinum in it. It has, like, because of the way they were built, especially on Cadillacs and stuff like that, they make them with platinum metal. So there's a little bit of platinum in there. So if they take that off and get it melted down, it's platinum. You know what I mean? So they could get money off of it. But it's a catalytic converter, and people found that out. And so now they go around stealing catalytic converters. And
I think the Amish are onto something.
What? What? A horse and buggy?
Yes. Nobody's still no horse and buggy. And if they did, they probably wouldn't even know how to ride.
And you ain't getting away too fast.
Right.
With no horse and buggy.
Right.
Can you imagine that? Although there was one of them shows, there was some gangster Amish out there though. I saw that too now.
Yep. And then there was another funny sneak peek. Oh, the Lusty Bible study.
Yeah, I was gonna play the sex bot one, but okay.
Oh, that one's good too. We'll do the Lusty and then the AI sex bot.
Okay.
Amazing grace. There
are a lot of men and sometimes even women that prey on the vulnerability of other women.
And not this prey.
And they actually go to church to actually sleep with women. Okay. And what ends up happening, they wear a nice cologne, they look and play the part, they carry the Bible, they speak eloquently, and they know all the word of God.
You need to find God.
But at the end of the day, they have an alternative motive, and it's to get you home. So guess what they do? Hey, can we go out for a little coffee?
I'm torn between coffee or sex. I love coffee, but I love sex as well.
Okay. Then next thing, coffee turns into hey, can we come on? Let's have some Bible study. Okay, right. The next thing you start studying the Word, and the Word of God is very romantic.
I say amen to that.
Okay. And the woman is wrong because she's looking for a godly man.
You need to find God.
Okay? She's looking for what she calls the anointing, but she has no idea what the anointing may really look like.
And I just kind of pray to God, like, God, please make the evilness go away.
Okay. And so next thing you know, they have the eye contact.
Yeah, I like aftertaste.
And boom, Cupid is shooting those bows and arrows. Like, she's attractive. She's responding. Next thing you know, can we hold hands and pray? Okay. So now you have a physical interchanging. Okay.
Not a lot of Bible verses on that.
Okay.
While no one's home.
And there's no one there. It's just the two of you.
We can make it if we try, just the two of us.
Next thing you know, it's like you're not praying opposite ends, you're praying up close personal. Okay? Next thing you know, lust is now being generated.
My Oma was right. Sex ruins everything.
Because the Word of God is a very romantic it's beautiful. I mean, and so guess what happens? You end up going and having sex.
To God be the glory.
The sound that saved a wretch like me.
So tonight we are talking about
can be both a threat and an opportunity for artists creating art.
Oh my gosh, that was crazy. That is so much fun. And then, another one, we're getting ready to wrap it up. The, how do you pronounce it? Tinnabulation? Tinnabulation, the ringing of the bells. That one is hilarious. And that one is featuring my husband, Sean. So let's play that one, Tinnabulation. Hello. Good night, my urbanites. How are you all doing? You have entered the Urban Suite with me, Dr. Lisa Lacan.
I'm here.
All right. How are you tonight?
I'm blessed. God is good. God is great all the time.
An open marriage is a marriage or relationship in which both parties agree that each may have sexual relations with others. Good. So we're gonna keep it clean. We're not gonna talk about no dogs tonight.
Well, it sounds like we're talking about dogs already. Really? I mean, I don't understand. You know, it's confusing.
Token, I get it now. I don't get it.
It's confusing. I mean,
is that good? I don't know. Is that good?
Everybody has a right to chime in if they feel like chiming in, right? So
go ahead and chime in the chat.
There's no way in HELL that I would agree to anything that's open.
Absolutely.
I mean, maybe he doesn't give her what we call a tintinabulation.
Oh my God, what is that?
Maybe he doesn't make her levitate.
I think we'll need to give her a tintinabulation tonight.
Well, what's that mean?
Oh my God, what is that?
It means when you reach the point where you hear a little ringing in your ears. You know.
What's that from?
What's that from? You should know what that's from, Miss Elevator. That's an inside joke. Tintinabulation. You gotta get a tintinabulation. Make my ears ring. Make my ears pop.
Because 5 seconds gets me about 3.5 orgasms.
You gotta get ladies, you gotta get yourself a tintinabulation, man.
What are you people doing?
But on a good note, you know, I love my wife.
It's a huge blessing.
I love my husband too.
Oh, why'd you quit? You're just getting to the good stuff.
Oh my gosh, that's so. I'm getting hot just thinking about. Look at this. I'm starting to sweat.
Hold up, but you know what? Let me play this one. This is the best of Urban Suite real quick before we get out of here.
Oh, oh my gosh! Listen, you have entered into the Urban Suite with me, Dr. Lisa Lacan. So I have natural hair. If I had more hair, I would pull it, but I don't have that much hair to pull. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. People are like, oh my gosh. So and stare. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Something about Elisa. There's something about Elisa.
He said, Lisa.
Oh, Lisa.
Lisa, remember you were talking about pivoting. I love that. Like, oh, dun, 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 dun. Yes. All right, so you are back with me in the Urban Suite.
Hello, Urbanite. Hello, hello, hello.
Oh, I love that blue. Look at that. And you know what? This is our second year. Oh my gosh. So was it 2 years ago? No, last year? I can't remember.
What you mean?
What you mean? What? Are you serious? Anyway, May is Mental Health Awareness Month. So for the month of May, I try to have all mental health topics. Our life is consumed with fear. What are delusions? And the week before that, I talked about hallucinations because oftentimes in the urban community, we have a tendency to kind of mix up those two between hallucinations and delusions. A hallucination. See how I did it? So between hallucinations and what are hallucinations and delusions, and people kind of put them together to make it sound like hallusions.
Hallusions.
But there's no such thing as a hallusion.
Hallusions.
It's a hallucination or delusion. It's all in your mind. And we are going to dig in and dive into thoughts versus feelings.
We all got feelings. I don't care how tough you're supposed to be.
I don't say anything I feel. I don't share anything with the internet.
Huddle up, team. Feelings on 3. 1, 2, 3. Feelings.
And a lot of people don't know what that is.
I don't want to hurt her feelings.
Like, do you know what emotions are?
What we're gonna do is learn to hide our emotions with math problems.
You asking me? You asking me?
I'm asking you.
Who, me?
Oh, yeah. Well, I think I do. I know what emotions are.
Your feelings are not only forgivable, they are the very meaning of life that only pre-silicon carbon-based entities can ever grasp.
Oh, what? Are you serious? Oh my gosh, we are back in the urban suite. That is so funny. We also did, like, this year, I went to London and Paris, and then we did the makeup show. Do you have that one? Beauty and Skin Deep.
Yes, we do have. And what's their names again? Like
that was Kim Tetterton. My sword, Kim Tetterton, and oh my gosh, I can't remember.
Is it going to come up on the thing, maybe?
I hope it does. Oh Lord, let's see. Play it.
Right. So we're having technical difficulties, probably because the wind. So guess what, my urbanites?
What?
We're talking about the art and science of beauty. Makeup.
Have your makeup artist cover your face in completely unnatural colors.
This is $1 billion industry, just in the United States alone. It says, according to research, there are 2 primary reasons why women wear makeup. Now, I'm only highlighting women because it's Women's History Month. I know men wear makeup too.
Makeup is dope.
But it's not your night.
That was disrespectful.
All right. So the first reason is camouflage, and the second is seduction.
I'm strictly seducing and scheming this weekend.
I have never met a chemist like this.
We had chemistry and vodka.
So for you guys that don't know, Kimberly is a chemist. And she is responsible for, you see this lipstick I'm wearing? And I'm going to tell you about this lipstick a little later because there's a little story behind this lipstick. I guess you have these chemicals that you have and you put it together and it comes out like this.
This is true.
Oh, all right. I don't know, for some reason, it doesn't like that. Dun, 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 because that's the second time it cut off.
This is science, so yeah.
Okay. Now, I don't put on makeup like you, of course.
Well, you don't. You're gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
You know how I feel about it. There's a lot of sparseness on the face. So let's say, like with the brows, like there's like hardly any brow.
And so I've been seeing a lot of that. Your foundations with sunscreen. So you have your 2-in-1. So it's health, beauty, and it's building confidence all at the same time.
Wow. Ladies, these long eyelashes, the men don't like it. I don't like it either. It's like, what is that? Where do these trends come from? Is that what you're saying? Like social media? Is that?
That's exactly what I meant. Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what I meant. To me, it just seems like it's like a rumor, and then it kind of like spreads like wildfire, as if it's a truth. And I think that's where all of that comes from: the heavy beats and the big long lashes.
Yeah.
Eyes should look sunken from drugs and painted in black.
So chemistry.
Lips should be green or blue. You don't have a personality, but colors make it seem like you might.
What? Gee.
Now, for the most part, some people may feel a little uncomfortable about the graphics, about what we're going to discuss, because we're going to talk about our colon.
Ew. Respectfully.
And basically, some of the things, our body parts, we get a little uncomfortable with it.
This is very uncomfortable. me. I don't know what to say.
People like, oh my gosh.
Oh my God, it's so nasty.
We have to talk about it because at the end of the day, I'm going to say this, forgive me, some of us may be full of shit. Holy
stools. But the caliber of the stool is like the shape that we have our slide here. You can see
right.
kind of the pellet form. Yeah, you see kind of the pellet form. So we have like various extremes. So we've got an oily stool at the bottom, and then we've got the pellet form at the top.
Our bodies are going to be what they're going to be.
So you have different types. According to this image is provided by Livy, there are 7 types of stools here. So this is what I was talking about, which may be uncomfortable for some people. But the reality is we have to have these conversations.
Did you forget how to have a conversation?
And you have to look at your stool.
Wow.
Don't be afraid of it, okay?
Don't be afraid of the mess. That's the key.
So type 1, this is the one that's like smooth and soft.
Because when the going gets tough, the tough gets going.
And then 5, type 5 says it's lacking fiber, soft blob with clear cut edges, passed easily. And then
can you shut the door?
Type 6, mild diarrhea, fluffy pieces with ragged edges, and mushy stool.
What are you doing here?
And then type 7, watery, no solid pieces, entirely liquid. All right, you can put that down.
Put the poop down. Thank you. Put the poop down. She said, look at it. She did not say touch it. So just remember that. Remain sanitary at all times.
That's right. Well, you know, as a mom, I used to look at my kids' diapers to see.
Ew. Respectfully.
You know, it feels uncomfortable to talk about these things, but we have to have this conversation and we have to normalize it.
It is never safe to fly during your third trimester.
That's right. So so I was out the whole time. I just remember counting 10, 9, 8.
And that was it. Bottom line, they didn't do that to you, though.
Well, I was asleep. I don't know what they did to me. I don't know what they did to me. I just know what the doctor told me he did, that he put the thing up there and took images of it. But the doctor said I had a colon of a 31-year-old. I said, thank
you. There we go. Extra bell ring. You left too much poo. I'm drinking Mountain Dew.
That's why you have
to... But we're here again. We got to suck it up for the greater good.
That's right.
I mean, that was the right terminology, but okay.
Yeah.
So can I get a referral from you? For what? Medicinal marijuana.
All right. So a big shout out to Dr. Bryce Ratliff. A big shout out to Andrea Fairweather. A big shout out to Kim Tetterton. A big shout out to Sean Lacan and everyone that was featured on those sneak peeks. Dr. Richard Mason, a big shout out to him. Man, I'm telling you, it's, I'm just grateful for you all experiencing this ride with me. When I first started Urban Tools for Change a couple of years ago, it was something that, I was really thinking about doing a podcast. I don't know why, but I'm glad I'm on this ride with you all and you all are here and fantastic time. So we are wrapping up our show tonight. Thank you so very much, my Urbanites, for being in the Urban Suite with me tonight. And then the next time I'm going to really do a live will be in January after the holiday. So next week, I'm not certain what I'm going to do because Christmas is Monday. Yes.
Merry
Christmas is
everyone.
Monday. Yes. Merry Christmas. And a big shout out to our producer, Curtis. Curtis Nice, who puts these things together, and he does exactly what I'm thinking in my mind to do, because oftentimes what I have to do is I may say things that is a trigger for him to say, okay, this is let's use this.
Yep. That's how it works. Yep.
That's how it works. So thank you so very much, Kurt Nice, for everything, and had a wonderful time this year, and we're growing and glowing and growing and blowing. No, I don't know.
And shout out to all our viewers that tune in every week. Shout out to my sister Felicia. Shout out to Jesse Burns.
Yes. Oh, thank you. I'm thankful for you. Have a wonderful holiday. Yes, everyone have a wonderful holiday. Merry
Leslie,
Christmas.
Raquel.
Yes. Big shout out to Raquel, Felicia, Jesse, Jenny. Let's see who else. I said Leslie. Just all of my urban nights. If I forgot someone, please forgive my head, not my heart. So that's about it. So as always, thank you for entering into the Urban Suite with me, Dr. Lisa Lacan. You can find me on YouTube, Urban Tunes for Change Network. You can find me on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts. Samsung has a podcast now. I have to say, Samsung, y'all need to step it up because I can't even find the podcast anymore.
Oh, that's terrible.
You guys are very entertaining, informative, and hilarious. Thank you. That's the goal. Yes, thank you. Oh, and I think I'm on Apple too. So I think I'm on Apple. I know Apple, but Samsung, I'm like, where can I find it? So anyway,
is it on the phone? Like it's on the
you have to have the Android platform for Samsung, and then you have to have the Apple platform for the Apple. So I have both. My laptop is Apple, so I have my Apple ID and stuff like that. So I was able to do it that way. So that's good. But I just want to thank you all. I lift you all up in prayer. Lift me up in prayer, my family. And on that note, I just want to say thank you for coming into the Urban Suite where you laugh, learn, cry, and grow. And on that note, Molly, take us away. So I said when I was a child, I used to have this thing called fantasy play. And most children have fantasy play, whether you dress up cops, robbers, some type of job. I used to pretend that I was a teacher, a lawyer, something like that. So it's fantasy play, but I knew when to stop. All right. I did not imagine them being in love with me. You actually believe there's a false belief that someone is in love with you.
Came all the way here for me. Nobody's ever done that before.
She's my boo. I love her.
It's false. They may not know your name. They may not know you exist. They may not even be thinking about you.
I literally never seen you before.
Erotic City, that Prince song, remember? Erotic is very sensual. Now, what is manic? Manic is someone who is in a state of being deranged.
I'm not gonna hurt you. Do you trust me?
They're